Two new toys to talk about today with programs I've been using for a while. And I thought I was losing my mind, but I found it. Welcome to the Drunk Linux User. I'm Len. I am the Drunk Linux User. And today I'm going to talk about two programs I use a lot, actually. One is the infamous Brave browser. And when you open up your settings by going to the three little lines up at the top and scrolling down to settings, you'll land on this page. Now, there is something brand new, and you can kind of see it off to the left-hand side over here. You'll find that under Appearance. And I have the Show Sidebar enabled on mouse over, but you can have it on always or just hide it. You don't even need it if you don't want to. But one of the cool things about it is you can go straight to the settings page by hitting the little gear over here if you want to. You can take a look at your bookmarks if you want to. I prefer them up here, actually. And if you're into the crypto wallet for Brave, you can access it here. And you've got Brave Talk. And this is pretty cool because if you need to do some conferencing with 4 or fewer people, you can use this for free. If you're looking for more attendees to your little conference or big conference, then you can pay just $7 a month. That's pretty reasonable for one of these kinds of services. And it's going through the Brave network. You'll see down here on the bottom right that you can schedule ahead if you want to. You can put in a Google Calendar extension. I'd like to see them change that somehow. I don't know what they can do, but if they can, that would be awesome. And that is what we have for our little sidebar issue over here. So I'm going to go back over to the settings, and I'm going to go to Appearance, and I'm going to have it set for mouse over. It is a little disconcerting to see this thing jumping around a little bit, but hey, it's a small price to pay. There's something else that I swear I usually try to keep up with everything that's going on with the software I'm using, but this has been around for a while and I didn't even know it. But down here you'll see Speed Reader. If you click this little thing on and you go to a website, and we'll just choose this one for example because we're going there next, you hit this little icon up here next to the Brave icon, and you can toggle this on, and it gets rid of all the stuff around it, and you can just read the article. You can see the images that were embedded by the author. It's really nice. But I'll just go ahead and put it back to the way the author wanted it in the first place. The part where I thought I was losing my mind had to do with this Speed Reader panel down here. Now, in this overall appearance panel, it was showing up before, but when I tried to do this video, it went missing. I couldn't show it to you. So I uninstalled and reinstalled, and I went to the message boards for Brave, and somebody came up with this brilliant idea of coming over here to Brave on your address bar, Brave : / and flags. When flags comes up, you'll see that I have a few things enabled already, and Speed Reader is one of them. But if you can't find it immediately, just type in flags, or excuse me, Speed Reader, and it will take you right there. Now, I have mine enabled. It was at default, but for some reason, it just went away. So I enabled it, restarted the browser, and voila, it was there. If you are looking to harden your Brave browser, this website is really good. I'll put the links for these two here in the show notes. And I learned a few things off from this page, to be perfectly honest with you. They go into what you probably should set if you're looking for better privacy, and things you probably should never set in the first place. But the article is extremely well written in not only showing you what to click off, but why. And very, very nice setup. I give kudos to the author here, the author of Tinfoil My Life. So let's go ahead and move on to the next latest and greatest thing, and that is Shotcut. Shotcut has come out with a new release yesterday, and this is really nice because you get to have multi-threading available if you need it. And another really cool thing about it is there is something new called record. Let's bring up Shotcut. I've minimized this. Usually I keep this very, very large, but you'll see down here, and depending on your icon themes, you'll probably see different ways of showing your icons. But there is this nice little icon that they've inserted here called Record Audio. This you can use for putting voiceovers on B-roll. And for those who may not know, B-roll is maybe another movie that you're inserting into your project that you're not being seen, but it explains the situation visually for your audience, or maybe even audibly. With this microphone, you can actually do a voiceover within Shotcut without having to go to another program like Audacity, for example, and then importing it back in and trying to line things up. You'll still have to line things up, but it's all here. So to use this, you click on the icon and it'll bring up this save dialog. Now, I've already created a folder in my downloads for voiceover, and all I have to do is click save. When I click save, it starts recording. So you're going to want to have everything set up the way you want to. You're going to want to have your B-roll or whatever on your track. I'm not going to go into all the oversight for that. I'm just showing you how to use the recording option. So as soon as I click this, it starts recording. And one of the cool things about this is, first of all, you can see that there's this recording time lapse showing up here, and it's giving you how many seconds up here underneath the preview on your project. Now, as you record, you're not going to see the waveform here, but as soon as you click the microphone to shut it off, okay, it's saving the audio recording right now, and now you can see the waveform. What's really good about this is you can, for example, in Cinnamon, if you go to sound settings and input, you can select the microphone that you want to use, and I'm using the microphone I'm actually also using in OBS, which surprised the crap out of me because I didn't think that they would share, but they did. So anyway, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and preview this. Now the playback head is already at the beginning. I'm going to go ahead and let this run, and you should be able to hear my voice recording. And one of the cool things about this is, first of all, you can see that there's this recording time lapse show. That's not bad. When I played this back before, when I tried it with another file, I was surprised at how clear and good it is, but I'm using a fairly decent mic. It's not great, it's fairly decent. And I didn't have to worry about any presets. But if you need to, you can always go over to filters and you can put in an audio filter if you need it. You can do balance. They've got a 15 band equalizer now, as well as the 3 band. And you can do fade in audios, you can do limiters, you can do low pass, noise gate, normalize. There's a lot of filters here for audio. I was extraordinarily pleased and surprised. So we've got a new toy in Shotcut. I'm probably going to be playing with it for a little while just to make sure that I understand it completely. But there we have it. Now when I close this out, you're going to see a little dialog pop up. The project has been modified. Do you want to save it? No. But the recording is still in the... Let's see if I can find it. In Downloads, Voiceover, and there it is. So you can see that this recording was 230 kilobytes. Everything when you go to render is going to have an opportunity to be able to set your voice and your video and your other audio so that you can get the right level of balance. And when it compresses it down to an MP4, you'll notice that it's not going to interfere whatsoever. So there we have it. We have new toys to play with in Brave. I do want to say that if you are updating your Brave browser regularly, and you should, go back into the settings and keep changing back what Brave automatically puts in. Let me show you, for example. Let me get back over here. If I go into settings after I've reset and I go into privacy and security, I'm going to see this tab right here, automatically send daily usage ping to Brave. I'm going to see that on. I don't know if it's just me, my setup, or whatever, but every time I update, it's on. There are other little things that come on and off. I would just suggest doing a quick run through and make sure that the settings are exactly what you want. And again, use this page to make sure that if you are interested in your privacy, that you take care of that. One other thing I do want to talk about, and I wasn't even aware of this, but there is something down here for DNS. And let me see if I can find it real quick. Your searches go through DNS. And why don't I just do this, huh? Find DNS. All right. Let's go down here, DNS on. And it's not showing it right now for some reason. But you can, here, let me just show you in under settings. You can go to privacy security and you can go to this section right here, safe browsing. Leave standard protection on. Always use secure connections. Try to force it to use HTTPS. But down here, this author had talked about Quad 9 in their article. And you can check the privacy policy by clicking on the link and reading to see if it's something that you think would be good for you. And there are other websites you can talk about, the website policy that they're under and compliance with applicable law, so on and so forth. So take a look at that. There are other options. If you don't want to use Quad 9, you can use NextDNS, you can use Cloudflare. If you go with the top selection, you're going to go with your ISP. So your ISP is going to regulate the DNS when you go out searching for a website. Things to consider. And we'll just go ahead and close that down. Bring this back over here. And I'm going to say our words of wisdom. Don't drive drunk. Don't drink and drive. Don't go to Amazon, eBay, or use MS Edge all buzzed up thinking that you're going to buy the latest and greatest and coolest stuff, because you're probably not. In the meantime, bottoms up. Later, dudes.